Alright, what's happening, everybody? Bobo here. A little bit of Tespa preseason action going on. We got things going with a doubleheader featuring the Colorado School of Mines Blasting Burrows. Up first, the University of Ontario Institute of Technology, quite a mouthful, UOIT Esports. Both teams right there in that sort of top quarter, if you will. Teams are ready. We'll have a draft incoming soon. We'll be headed to Infernal Shrines up first. Okay, we got that. Right on. Best of 3 set. Colorado School of Mines has first pick. UOIT has the map selection. Thank you everybody for joining me here. Shout out to chat as usual. Just kind of hanging out on a lazy Sunday afternoon. Got BlizzCon on the other monitor. Seeing what the scoop is. I'm checking in on some friends playing some college hots. And a shout out to Dad of Time. Best Hotstat NA. What's happening? Good to see you. We are on the tournament realm. This is the BlizzCon patch. Mal'Ganis is not available. However, all heroes are balanced at their current power levels. So Kerrigan took a little bit of a hit. However, this being Infernal, a better but not OP Kerrigan is still certainly viable on Shrines. You see the Garrus removal instantly. That response from UOIT is a Kael'thas ban. I believe that's Justice. That's a big Kael'thas player over on the side of CSM. Garrus removal potentially setting up the Burrows for a first pick Diablo. A hero which Tiddly he knows all too well. Get rid of the blaze. So bunker removal, Garrosh removal. Almost potentially pinning UOIT into oh boy. What if I go? So you'll have Johanna still up on the board. And then you may be staring at Urel and Dahaka for the off lanes. Leo actually does get a lot of play on Infernal. More so than Malthael. White main ban. So let's see. We have Diablo up on the board. Kayn and Tyrande, as well as Alex. Infernal is a deep... we get the Tyrande first. Big deep pool for support. And yet Tyrande goes first. White main bans, this means this will be a little bit more difficult to get the double support, perhaps faux tank comp. Typically, white main is the go-to for any of the double support compositions. There's Alex Straza and Genji. Genji and Tyrande is a weird matchup. There's the devil. This is because Tyrande doesn't really come online with our auto attacks until 16. She can step away from Genji for the deflect. It's something that turns again late game. There's the Kerrigan. Diablo and the carry. That's an absurd amount of stun. And potentially the Alex Rose baited out. There is no cleanse on the side of UOIT. Now they're facing this CC monster. 4 seconds on the ban. They should look to the off lane here with Blaze. They can have their top pick potentially. There's the Uraldia. A Goomba Stomp build with Avenging Wrath would just be impossible. There's the Arthas ban. And a heads up one at that. Arthas is a fantastic tank right now. Works as well in the off lane, but is a hero that absolutely freezes Kerrigan in her tracks. Arthas didn't go through too many major changes. He had a recent reduction, 2 seconds off of Frostmourne Hungers on his trait, and a little bit of health. people are discovering that he comes online at level 10, which are Icebound Fortitude, as well as Army of the Dead, and Arthas has been a fantastic NA pick. Tyrael and Gul'dan. So the Dive Buddy for Genji and the Gul'dan for the Shrine Clear. Gul'dan and Genji is a very reliable combination on Infernal Shrines. The Tyrael, though, only sort of has, I don't know what to call it, soft peel, if you will. It provides his shields as well as movement speed. We'll keep an eye on the Tyrael build throughout this game. Rounding up the composition for the Burrows, the Malthael, and the Raynor. Wonder if they will go for the Circles of Death here. I mean, you could have Apoc, Starfall, Maelstrom, Hyperion, Tormented Souls. Even though Tormented Souls is kind of butt. Just be a lot of circles. And the off lane, although I'm not sure this could be an off lane, Tyrael. But the last pick coming up here for UOIT. That's an Artanis. Interesting. Okay. The blinds against what is a largely auto attack damage group, but then they get bursts with they get the Malthael percentage and the Kerrigan damage. Artanis. All right, Bean. Show me what you got. Everybody's locked in. We're headed to Infernal Shrine shortly. Just a real lack of CC with Tyrael Artanis. Worries me. Artanis doesn't really bust up the combo. It gets a little bit of displacement value. I'm assuming they also drafted Artanis for the blinds. To try to mitigate a lot of the damage that will be coming through. Decisions at level 10. Shadowstock or Starfall. I expect less raids. Sanctification to cancel Outlast rights is a good bit of interplay. Sanctification to cancel out Tormented Souls because you wanted more Circles of Death is proof that you probably shouldn't be picking that heroic. Alright, let's get our in-game overlays. There we are. Starting over on the side of CSM, Colorado School of Mines. Joe going to be playing the Tyrande. Tiddly on the Diablo. Justice will be playing James Raynor. Michael in on the Malthael. And Time going to be popping off on the Kerrigan. For UOIT, this is a great name. Jungle Puffle. Shoutouts on the Tyrael. Spidna, the captain on the Alexstrasza. Day will be playing the Genji. The TBM. Be playing Gul'dan. And up at the top, Bean is going to be playing the Artanis.
3, 2, 1.
A message here in Discord. We'll go check that in a hot minute. I wonder if it's something important. I doubt it. Okay. Talent's looking fairly standard. We get the Abundance build from Alexstrasza. And we do get the Comfort pick here. Kaldorei Resistance. The Spell Armor. Into the Gul'dan Diablo going in. Immediately finds Gul'dan. That was a long way to move out. Everybody steps on up. Nothing yet from the Kerrigan. Looking at the Abundance. Time moves into dodge that. Hits 3 with a stun. No deaths yet. Gul'dan will be tracked down. As a 3-person Kerrigan combo. Gone. Michaelin will move on up top. Tiddle's using Alex for a little bit of escape time moving in. There's the Abundance. 2-man stun. There's the follow-up, and the Lunar Flare sets up another kill. Alexstrasza is gone. You're not familiar with CSM. If you've not heard Papa Time talk about it. Son! Time, pretty darn good HOTS player. DPS player for Trademark Gaming. Looking pretty good, and the combos from Joe have been fantastic. Not just multiple people getting caught in the Kerrigan combos, but multiple members getting hit by Tyrande with the Lunar Flare. See the XP lead with 2-0, it's about half a level. Tiddles with yet again the same position here. Let's see if anybody checks this bush. Round number 2. Oh, Gul'dan eats the combo. Tiddle's trying to stand on the Abundance. We get a lot of healing back. Michaelin has come in. Malthael on a Pale Horse. TBM is the target. Gul'dan goes down. Yet again. Justice on that Raynor looking for a way out. They get stunned. Now the focus is Genji. Lunar Flare looks like it is there. Genji goes down. Alex could be next. Dragon Queen had to be popped. Spin net goes down to Michaelin. Joe getting chased by Artanis. Bean looks like will be next. There's that combo. And Michaelin finishes off yet another. 6 deaths on the side of UOIT. They're getting blitzed by the Kerrigan. It's a tough one. 23 seconds before our first shrine is up. Depending hero, I will accept that. Okay, what's happening down here? Hiya! Take a look at our talents. The first neutral camp looks like it will be grabbed here by the Burros. Oh, thank you! Thank you for the bits, generous donor. Here to watch some friends, I believe. Tiddly he slamming, spin down the Alexstrasza will go down. Neutral camp is picked up. Time looking to get a little bit of chase on. Up in the top lane, Artanis now has to deal with that shaman camp. Tiddles. A little late that time with the player, nothing going on. Michael will start this off with the Malthael. And Skeletal gone. Alex had to use Dragon Queen in the choke point to try to keep the team fight alive. But with 20 right now, this is a long road back. In fact, Michael feels confident enough that UOIT will not contest on this point that he has gone top to deal with Artanis. Level 7 nearly here. 2 health goals picked out. Diablo looking for a target. Does find Day. Tiddles was patiently waiting that one out. Everything just kind of missed. Genji's still in trouble. One little note with Diablo is that you can use enemy walls against them. Case in point right there. Tiddles looking to line somebody up against the tower in the bottom half of that wall. Did so with the Genji. But being an Overwatch hero, he escapes. Now, Diablo has gone deep, perhaps more than intended. There is the Fire Stomp to try to get some healing. TPM could be the target. Yet again, actually winds up beating the impalement from Kerrigan. Raynor now on the fort. Jungle Puffle, long way to go. On a jump, Spidna could be next. Fort down. Time doesn't quite have the reach on the grasp. Where's Jungle Puffle? There he is!
Red team's Punisher has fallen.
Oh, she's got to be perfect on this. And he is not. Jungle Puffle gets out. Good bit of escape there from the Tyrael. Blasting Burrows with this 2-level lead, and with the first objective in the book, will immediately begin the siege on mid. Some seconds before we know where the next objective is. Time evades the swap attempt. 5 members of UOIT in mid. That takes some of the pressure off. Could have a whole bunch of corruption. Day looking for a wall to go over, misses it. There's a little bit of miscommunication. Again, the impaling spikes miss. And the Overwatch hero gets away. Ooh. This is Boundless Fury. This is extra Qs for Kerrigan. Alex has gone full W build, but only 5 blows picked up so far. Good job on the corruption by TBM. Despite going down, he has 28 stacks on his E. Tiddle's now in trouble. We're going to go ahead and rip some heroics. Lightning Breath has a number of low members. Time is trying to figure out who can be grabbed. They pick up 1 kill, do not pick up another. Michael in at the front there, perhaps looking to slap last rights on somebody. Tiddles lives. Alex goes down. Maelstrom. Lightning Breath. We saw Starfall. Rainer's bringing out the buddy. Rainer's Raider. Of course, that's right on Malthael. Time now wants to camp. This is a 3-level lead. Tiddly Heath low. But really, without Horrify, I'm not sure the kill secure is going to be there if UOIT wants to get tested here. Day's on the flank. Michael in nearby. Abundance gives a target. There's a good bit of re-heal from the Fire Stomp. Corruption comes out. All the damage is gone. There's a 2-man Lunar Flare. TBM low. Going to go down to last rights momentarily. Time looking to clean that up. 11-0. Tiddle's angry. Dinosaur looking for a little bit more blood, and you may not have it, sir. Up top, Michelin now tanking the fort. CSM, hi guys. There's all these things behind you. Minion Wave finally makes it up. 5-man siege on top. This is the last fort remaining for UOIT. Embers here, OMFG. That was exactly my response. Good day, my lady. TBM steps up. It's another corruption out. It's up to 35. Tittles baits Tyrael into the Lunar Flare. Time going in now. There's 1-2 jumps. Maelstrom has been popped the target yet again. Gul'dan, who is well done. Kerrigan with yet another kill. Another good Lunar Flare from Joe. Everybody steps on up and gets things done. Tittles goes in. Low mana. See if we can catch a target out just as stepping up on that James Rayner. Meanwhile, it is an active Mortar Punisher up here in mid. Artanis. Devils. Lets him go. Active Mercy there from Tiddly. Michelin doing Michelin things. AKA not deciding which offlane soak he wants. Malthael will back it up, grab the Khazra camp mid. Double 10's almost online here for UOIT. They have yet to lose a keep. And listen, in HOT, sometimes that's just the best way to get back into it. The defense with Gul'dan is alright. They have a number of heroes that will be good at, sort of baiting, if you will, the Punisher jumps. This is a good spot to use Dragon Queen once the wall goes down. 4-man defense. Artanis is in bot lane. Good pickup there. Genji and Artie were there. The Kerrigan grasp just misses TBM, using Drain Life there on the Diablo. And Gul'dan is alright. The wall is gone. Here comes Artanis with Genji on the flank. Day at the back line, immediately using the Strip Strike through. He has to use X-Strike to get away. Kerrigan grabs both Tyrael as well as Gul'dan, and that just might be it. With no Horrify, this is going to be very difficult for UOIT. Punisher's at about a third health. Tiddly he going in. The blind comes up from Artanis. Punisher moving on up. Spitting of the target. Alex gone. Starfall, a Punisher, and 5 blasting burrows step on up to the UOIT core. Shields are gone down. Big Red bodying up at the front. There's even a Khazra camp here to join. Magnification with the... Hey! Nice Horrify. Kerrigan jumps on in. That'll do it for game number 1. Strong showing from the Buros. To claim game number 1. But if it's not NBD, Kerrigan can do that on Infernal Shrines. This is the time build, if you will. The first 2 talents unchanged. The third talent is a little bit of an adaptation. These are talents that got the nerf, Fury of the Swarm, and Kinetic Fulmination, but you gotta stick with those 2. This is a neat one here. Boundless Fury. Trying to get that extra Q. Interesting. Might have to try that one out. Everything else on both sides pretty standard. Back to our stats. Looking good, CSM in game number 1. We'll get our map for game 2 shortly. As we get word from the captains. Thank you guys for joining me here. Cheers to chat. What's everybody doing? Shout out to the Hero Share bot for showing up. Much love, buddy. Gotta get some more stuff out of that. Should be a fun little off-season. Get to play with some new toys. Come on, Sky Temple. Okay, so headed to Sky Temple for number 2. I hear the bits are dropping. Give me 1 second here. Let me get that. Thanks, Pops. You're the man. That's Kerrigan. Very, very strong hero. Post rework, she was quite broken, and we never actually got to see the full sort of broken Kerrigan. Took a bit of a hit. Not a big deal. Still very good on Inferno Shrines. It reduced her efficacy as like a pseudo tank. It's a little bit harder to do that. But it's a very good set of tank bans. And I like what UOIT did. They went for the Sanct combo there with the Genjo. But going up against the Kerrigan, particularly once Arthas is banned out, it was tough to find enough CC. You also had Blaze out too. Like, against Diablo Kerrigan, and, you know, even adding Malthael onto that, you really want something along the lines of Johanna Blaze as a front line, and then maybe you can outpoke that and sort of resist the initial kill attempt. But if Kerrigan gets her hands on you in the early game, it is going to be a snowball. And it's going to be a quick one, just like that game in game number 1. Okay. So, game number 1, we went to Inferno. Game number 2, UOIT is going to take us to Sky Temple. It'll be in the second map. We're just playing a little bit here with our Weenus tech. Let's see. Red pick game 2. I get it right. There we go. And mine's won game number 1. Shout out to my friend Weenus for putting together the graphic you see on the left there. We hope to do something a little bit better with what we got going on the right. In fact, we can move that down a little bit, make that a little bit more visible. We got that UOIT logo. There we go. Team's checking into the lobby now. Alright, what's happening, Hot's World? You got Genji and Miracle on the off screen. See if we can watch a little bit of Rich Alarak in the meantime. That's always a hot time. I'm inspired by Mac and our Kerrigan tonight. Mac's had a really good weekend. They've been banning his Zeratul out a lot. That's a lot of respect for his Zeratul. And his Zeratools are kind of Mac's been getting a lot of target bans. Team's in lobby now. We'll get going shortly. Teams are R. Alright. We'll get going soon. On to Sky Temple. A very macro-intensive map. Map that requires a very strong early game. For the large size of the map and the number of things that you can do. In the form of camps and objectives, globals take a very high priority. We do have a fairly new Brightwing. A hero that now comes with a baseline cleanse and a long cooldown that can be reduced through talents. She's a better hero, has not been played too much. Good in many situations, but potentially needs a little bit of that cross-supporting to be really effective. There's the Respect Kerrigan ban. The Dahaka ban also comes out, and Dahaka is always a fantastic ban here on Sky Temple. There's a few heroes that just body on Sky. Dahaka is one of them. Usually can get a lot of, like, a Nubarak play on Sky Temple. You can get a little bit more out of your ETC here. Karazim is really good, as is Rhaegar. So we got the, you know, sort of the hybrids that can do a little bit more, that can, you know, take a camp or can help you clear waves. I'm not sure if letting Abathur through is a wise idea, but there's the blaze. There it is.
Logical decision.
Can't tell you if it's going to be solo support, Abby, but this could be an opportunity to play it. Sky Temple is one of the maps where solo support Abathur does work. In particular because he brings out a number of different heroes. One of them can be Tracer, and that's a Gul'dan Tyrael. There's the Genji anyway. Okay, Genji made it through. Genji, the best of the clone targets. Tyrael picked up as well on the side of UOIT. Fantastic boss control. And one thing about Sky Temple is no matter how far behind you are, no matter how bad you're doing, you can always just force a boss. Why not? Bits all over the place. Heart you too, Ember. 5 on the clock. Genji Muradin, so no support taken yet. There's a Falstad ban. This feels like Brightwing to me. I'm not sure if they do. Burrows want to use a ban on it. I like it a lot. Falstad was a bit of a tell. Why get rid of a global? And Falstad would be, I guess, would be okay here. Viking Swaggy, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. We got a Momo! Hey! Lieutenant Morales. And in Artanis yet again, so they're sticking with this Tyrael Artanis frontline. A lot of shields. And Morales, with Safeguard, will provide armor. A lot of cross-supporting available there. Last two selections for Colorado School of Mines. We get Zeratul.
I serve.
And Junkrat, we get no support. Love it! Absolutely love it. Didn't go with the Samuro, though. It's the only thing that disappoints me. Genji Zeratul will just one-shot somebody with an Abathur hat. And Muradin with his trait does very well with the solo support Abathur. And Junkrat is fantastic with solo support Abathur because nobody can get to him and do any damage. Like, you just hang back and press Q. That's pretty much it. Fun game coming up here. Solo support Abathur here on Sky Temple. UOIT going with their Tyrael Artanis combo yet again, and we do get to see some Lieutenant Morales. That's kind of cool to see. Don't get a lot of Momo. Not a lot at all. UOIT looking to extend this to a third game. However, the Observer Gods wanted us to start on the right side. Zhou, the support player, now on the Slug. Tiddly on that Muradin. Justice is going to be bouncing around on the Junkrat. Time will be playing the Genju. And Michaelin on the Zeratul. Good luck, high five to you guys as well, UOIT. Spidna, the captain on the Lieutenant Morales. TBM yet again on the Gul'dan. Jungle Puffle on the Tyrael. What's Ginnergy there? Day will be playing Jim Laner. And Binye will be on the Artanis. I don't think things are really going to change in terms of builds, but we do get third win for Muradin without a support. That will help to activate his trait a little bit more regularly. Tiddly, he does not care. He's just going in. Evade the corruption. There's the shield from Abby. A bit of trade. Artanis will head top. He'll be matched by Zeratul momentarily as Justice steps up on the Junkrat. We're going to get some damage out. Slug heading off into the bottom lane. The reason that supportless Abathur works so well here on Sky Temple is because in the early game, so long as you do not give up too much chip damage on your structures, the Mule will heal everything back up. Time and bit of a rough spot. He swift striked out, but again, this is a low CC comp. Has to run away from Day. But just getting back to it, Avatar will heal your structures back up. It will help you get more out of the objective with Soak. That cannot be matched. Tittles does have Dwarf Toss. You should be fine. He's looking at the wall there. And again, you have a suite of heroes. Muradin, Genji, that don't really need that much healing, despite the fact that Genji doth often protest. So looking for a solo kill here. Day could be in trouble if Tittles finds the Storm Bolt. Going in, holding off. This is a tight 4-man rotation. There's a good bit of corruption. Time heads to strike. We'll move to get out. And again, the dwarf shows. Up in the top lane, Artanis should win against Zeratul, and thus far is doing so. Already does very well in the early game, especially before all the talents start to come in. Michaelin just kind of holding camp, if you will. Around this with Ite Storm Bolt, followed up with a grenade of her own. Justice is here. Does not get the concussion mine out in time. Does manage to bounce one of the giants over. Tiddly low. There's the dwarf toss. Damage is a little far behind. I don't think they can get a kill here. Muradin and Genji get away. Alright. Taking a peek up again at the top lane. Dad of Time, thank you for the bits. Junkrat cleaning up in bottom. Justice could be in trouble here. Should have the mine. Needs to watch out for the Rainer's shotgun. Takes it there. And Junkrat hops on away. Meanwhile, Rainer getting traded out. Giants will push in the bot lane for UOIT. Artanis goes down in top. Good night, sweet Daylon Prince. I believe that's your culprit there, the Genjo. And now what this does is it will allow blasting burrows, because the 4-man for UOIT was in bottom. They could pick up more shots, potentially off of mid. Usually on Sky Temple, you want to go top and just more direct damage to the fort. It's easier to steal shots off of mid as well. Burrows do not move on mid. They will send Zeratul on up top. Tittle's giving the Rainer a little bit of chase. Junkrat now motoring his way on up. Artanis does have a wave to clear out. 1 level lead off of 1 kill and a bunch of XP. Team fight going down. Tiddly going in on the Muradin. There's Time with the Swift Strike, trying to put some pressure onto Morales. Does have jump available. There's the deflect. Needs to hop over the wall. Doesn't quite make it. Rainer with the auto attack finishes off Genji. Michaelin moves off of top. Now is going to have to blink on out of there. There's a Vorpal as well as the teleport. Now shots getting traded out. They're actually more on mid than top, so I believe this is a net gain for the Burrows. Slug just hanging out in bottom. Also, the side soak here. You've got body soak here, hat soak here. All 5 members of UOIT are top. And that will force them to lose soak. They do, however, pick up top wall. Time goes in. It's a number of members of UOIT, but this Dragon now has to try to find his way out. Remember, he got caught last time. Justice is here with the Junkrat. Remember, this is supportless. They do not want these kinds of fights. Michaelin does get swapped out, looking for a way out. Justice now. That mine out there. Let's see if anybody sleeps on it. This is still a 5-man push top. If UOIT want to 5-man push, they need to finish structures off. They have finished off the well as the top wall. Time finds a Rainer. Knockback from penetrating round. And slash in and a bit of cleave from Zeratul. Tittles goes chasing. In the bottom lane, Avatar just gets solid value, nothing great. In mid, the wall is gone, the well is nearly down. Mule online at level 7. Zeratul now a much better hero with the addition of Wormhole. Genji, bit of a target there from Time. Dodges the corruption and is out. UOIT has not been in the bottom lane of this map for, I believe, 2 minutes, if not more. Tittle's punishing Bino. Does wind up eating the flip. Let's see if Justice can make a play here a little bit. No. Both teams now moving for their Giants. You see Michaelin on the right, on Zeratul. TBM and Spidna on the left for UOIT. Camp's just about done. Level lead. Time. Proc of the boss just a little bit, trying to see if he can aggro somebody on the opposite side. Not a real attempt there. Abathur will have to shift soon. In fact, there goes Zhou. Here comes the flank. Tittles is on the backside with Muradin. The Stormbolt actually misses. Day is out the furthest. Raynor there blocking the heal. Trying to get through this. There's a long deflect by time. Tittles is low. Dwarf tossed in. Needs a whole bunch of corruption without a shield. He's going down. He does. Kill for Gul'dan off of the corruption stacks. Muradin was out too far. Up in the top lane, Artanis is actually bothering Abathur quite well. Good reversal here from UOIT. Michaelin with a big cleave. A lot of low members. Justice has to use the mine to get out. Michaelin's got the wall back here with no hard CC. He should be able to just jump right over. Steals some shots. Artanis is on a fort in the top. Here comes Time looking for that kill. 4 members bottom. UOIT is going to easily pick this up, but the big question is whether or not Artanis winds up winning this race. There's the mule. Artanis trying to get out. Time swift strikes in. There's Tittles. Already looking for a way out. Fiend just delaying the inevitable here now that the hat is on. The swap. Michaelin. Okay. Artanis goes down. Justice defending here. Michaelin puts some pressure on the fort. The last 4 shots there. And that fort, not even being half done, is a very easy target for Abathur and his mule. Michaelin found out there on the Zeratul. Tiddly he going right on intent for both sides. Corruption does miss that time, and there Muradin looking to retreat. Day pressuring him with a Morales following. Medevac. That's ROD. That's also what did Gul'dan. Things happening. Gul'dan goes down. Time with the dive in. Jugglepuff is there on the Tyrael trying to find the chase. Now the Riptire. Tiddly does not have a kill to confirm. That's a Rain of Destruction Gul'dan. That is also Purifier Beam Artanis, Sanctification, and Hyperion. This is like a base race dream right here. Clone, Void Prison, Avatar, Riptire. We did see the X-Strike come out. Michaelin in the bush here. I'm not sure if he knows how many members are on. You can poke Raynor. Is he going to VP this? He is totally invis. Now he is not. Day. Q him. Tittle's trying to cover for Zera. Time down there as well. Keep an eye on these little buddies. How's it going, Mule? Long road, but he already has helped secure top. And let's see if Abathur has a part to play here. The Rain of Destruction as well as Hyperion go down, but Rain is canceled out almost immediately. I really thought that was a misclick. Tittle's at the front. Time trying to get out of there. Day with another chase down kill on Genji. Very nice play from the Raynor. He has the trait going on top of Avatar. 5 members bottom. Michaelin cleaning up on top. UOIT is behind in terms of structures. Even on kills. 1 1/4 level down. Classic. If not for lag, they would be #1 dorm team. I know. Colorado School of Mines. I thought it was a bunch of smart kids. Apparently nobody can rig up some better net. Great play by Justice. Tittles is going to pay for this, though. There's a Riptire. Didn't kill Spidna. Didn't cap the camp. Now trying to retreat. UOIT has finished top fort off. There still is a lot of objective here. Artanis is uncontested in top. This could be all 3 forts. This is a massive change. There's a clone Genji. Target is Gul'dan, but it looks like Morales might get wrapped up in this too. There's a Sanctification. As soon as this is over, expect the carnage. Morales goes down there, the X-Strike, Raynor, and Gul'dan gone. Jungle Puff trying to get away. 3 very quick kills. Clone chase onto Tyrael. Low health bars, but Michaelin and crew want this boss. Time stepping up without Muradin. They're going to go down to these autos. Abathur's trying. This is a lot of cycling from Joe. Has to heal, cycle, heal. And just a raw damage actually finishes this off. First boss of the game is off the board. Mule trying to save bottom. Just a second, needed to knock these giants away, I think. I think it lives. Boss barreling down bottom lane. 15-12. This is now a 6-3 lead in terms of kills. UOIT did a lot of really good things in the mid game there. Just got caught out with a double Genji flank on the backside. Boss should claim bottom wall. Where they had an opportunity to be ahead in terms of fort damage, they are now, unfortunately, behind. Here's where Abathur will get immense value. We saw the mule bottom. He's probably got a minute to go. Tittle is chasing down Artanis. Time is there. They need a lot of trait value here from Artie. Doesn't get any of it. CSM painting the map red. Giants bottom. Near the bridge of death. Tiddly he really going in hard. Remember, there's no Horrify. We've got Reign of Destruction. That's been a problem. Morales goes down. We've got another big clone play. Gul'dan next to the X-Strike. Excuse me, no clone play. We just have Michael in on the Zeratul. Giants in bottom. Day. Good penetrating round. Abathur pushing this camp on in from the top lane. This is checkmate here for CSM. This should be one keep. 2 would be the dream. Day nearly goes down. There's a Riptire. The spear onto time. Genji's going to have to use some movement speed to get on out of there. Riptire eventually does go down. Justice now steps up on the Junkrat. We're going to lay out the siege damage. Top lane is up against the wall. All 5 members are back. Tittles has to back out. Michael with a big void slash. 50% increased damage. And the cooldown reduction. Will just be wormhole Q. There it is again. Giants have about half of this fort down. That amount of damage will likely mean one keep. Off of just one temple. There's the Giants. That'll finish that off. Spidna leading UOIT mid. This is cheese. Here it is! Morales cheese! Here's a Sanct. Michael in with a VP. That's a lot of trouble. Rain comes out. Gul'dan goes away. Rainer. Artanis. You may not stay here. Tyrael's running away. The rest of the Colorado School of Mines looking to try to find the last member here. When I saw Raid of Destruction, I was like, is that a misclick? Well, I mean, it was Medevac with a stimmable Rainer. Bottom going down to Giants. Muradin here. Junkraturo here. Genji. Zeratul finishing camp off. Muradin, or excuse me, Abathur just kind of doing his thing. One more hit. Ooh, Giants fixated on Tyrael. Just keep living forever. Top lane, Artanis trying to stop this mercenary camp in Vinyo. Bidier with the siege damage on Artanis. Bottom keep does eventually go down to shots. Muradin's got a couple more shots to convert. Genji steps on up top. That's going to be mid. Nearly gone. Top. Oh, going for it again. Zeratul backing. There's a Riptire. No Sanct, by the way. This is going to hurt. Rainer gone. Morales gone. Vigne gone. Just Jungle Puff. This is cool cheese. It can work. I've seen it work. Needs all of the R buttons available. Losing early hurts. CSM moving on in. Time will be the first person to step up onto the core. That is a cloned Zeratul. There's Hyperion. There goes the core down to 70%. Down to 50. Some of the burrows in trouble a little bit here. 25. Reign of Destruction doing a good bit of damage. Zeratul goes down. But in the end, that is it. CSM with their core rush. Take the second game as well as the series from the University of Ontario Institute of Technology. They win game number 2. They take the series in convincing fashion. Game number 2, breaking out that supportless Abathur. Some of the new cheese beating the old cheese. As the Medevac, Reign of RNG, and Hyperion. Not enough to blitz the keeps. And that was the end of the day for UOIT. It's kind of fun. Zeratul stops so much of that just with Void Prison. And even on the Sanctification sort of VP, it forces a lot of pause. Junkrat is naturally really good at that just because he can just knock people around all over the place. It's different. Usually when you see Medevac cheese, it's either Tyrael or a Nubarak. Rainer works out pretty well. Usually you want like a little bit more of like a monster like Greymane, but Artanish actually does pretty well in that siege department too. Alright. That was set number 1. Colorado School of Mines takes both games, and they do take the series. We will be back. I don't know, top of the hour. What do Mines have next? I've got to check this, because I had the information wrong at the beginning. My bad. We'll have this right before the second game of our set. We'll be going up against the Prime Eagles of Tennessee Tech. That's actually in a half hour. So we're going to shut down here shortly. Let's actually... check on everything there. Set this message up. Make sure it looks good. We'll have more Colorado School of Mines. Throw that up there. Click, click. Okay. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Look at the next half of the doubleheader. We'll reset some of our buttons, clear some things out. Once again, we'll have Colorado School of Mines going up against Tennessee Tech. Prime Eagles are up next. Cheers and see you soon.